Hello. How's everybody tonight? Let me know if you're there. Looking forward to colouring some pretty eyes tonight. If you're there, let me know. It's nice to know if anybody's there or if I'm on my own. Hi Dawn. How are you? You did well with your frog last week. And hi Val and Pat. It's lovely to have you join me. Hi Donna. Oh, that's good. I'm happy you're well. And hi Sue. And Sam. Thank you for joining me. Hi Denise. Nice to have you all here. Hope everybody's doing okay. We're getting through, aren't we? Hi Heather. So I'm hoping you've all managed to get your little eye sheet out. If you've got my Heartfelt Girls, looks like one of these. And if you haven't got one, they are on my website, or you can just draw some eyes. It's up to you. But on Rebecca's cooking while she's trying to do this. Well, it's lovely to have you join me. So tonight, I wanted to show you how you can use your eye sheet to practice not just the eyes that I've sort of given examples of, but for you to also just try and do your own. So the idea was that this would be the end sort of product, although that could do with more colours on it. But you would start off with this one where you would just practice drawing in pupils. And then when you were happy with the pupils and the sparkles, you would then move on and start doing the colouring, and then you would get to this sort of stage. But of course, you know, along the way, maybe figure out your own sort of ways. But I thought it'd be quite nice, seeing as we're coming up towards Christmas. I don't know if you can see some sparkle on these girls' eyes. A little bit of shine coming in. Hopefully you can see that. I thought what we would do is we'd just pick up on an eye. I think we'll do this one, and we'll probably do this one down the bottom if we've got time. So let me get my blank. So this is my blank sheet. And what I'm going to do is we're going to try and aim for this eye tonight. Get some sparkles. So all you need is if you've got any sparkly pens or glitters, and your normal pencils, also an HB pencil, and a fine liner if you've got one. And I'll show you how you can get this kind of sparkle going through your eye and get some glitter in there, and show you how to do some luscious lashes. So ones that look like false eyelashes. So if you have your eye sheet, we're starting on, it's this eye here, which has been made to look like this eye. So it just shows you how different you can make it. So we'll be starting over here at the end to create the eye. So hopefully everybody's ready. Let me know if you just joined me for the first time, or if you're my regular ladies who come and join me every Monday while we're doing lockdown. It'd be lovely to hear who's there. So if you want to make a start, so with your normal pencil, I'm just using a Pentel one. Now you can either do, whatever's easier for you, you can either do your pupil first and then the outside, or vice versa. So I'm going to start doing the outside. So just finding a point within the eye, and I'm going to take it all the way down to the actual line. So sometimes I bring the pupil that there's a little bit of white going there, but tonight we're going to do that. So try and get your circle that it's in the centre of the eye. And if you just do it gradually, then it's a bit easier. I'm going to move it down while we're doing this. So you can see we'll bring this one in. So you see what we're working towards. Right, and then find the central point within this to then get your pupil. So if you just try and keep it that it's going in the same sort of direction as the line you've already done, and then start at the other side and try and have it equal amount at either side. Now you can always rub it out if you're not happy, change it. You can also, if you decide that your pupil's not too big, you can rub this line away and then change that. So just have a little play around. At the minute I'm a bit lopsided, so let me just come around, and you know, we can rub out whatever lines we don't need. So yeah, I'm just going to do that and get my rubber. Sorry, sometimes I get it first time, other times I don't. Right, so that's us pretty much got the pupil in. Now, if you want to get your rubber, and then with the corner of your rubber, you're just going to rub away through a little corner, through the outside line and into the pupil, and then the same coming out the other side. So we've got no pencil, there's an area where there's no pencil line now. And the idea is now with your white, if you have a white or an ivory, whatever your lightest pencil is that you've got, if you then start to draw through this line, this area that you've now made clear with your rubber. Now it's good if once you're happy, and if you make it a little bit squiggly as well, it doesn't have to be like a straight line. It looks a bit better, and then coming out into the other side. Now you can press down hard with this and burnish it, because then that'll stop any black or any other colours going onto it. So feel free to press down hard. It's not very often I give you permission to do that, is it? I'm always telling you, no, go nice and light and nice and soft. But tonight I'm letting you go down hard. So there, press that quite a lot. Linda, we're using the practice sheet. If you have the Heartfelt Girls collection, this eye practice sheet is in there. And if you don't have that, it's available on my website. And if you don't have that, then, you know, just draw your own eyes. Hopefully that helps. But if you do have the Heartfelt Girls, it will be in there. So there, we've now got that white area. Right, next I'm going to I'm having a green eye, so whatever colour of eye you want to do. So I'm going to use different shades of green, but also using some like turquoisey blues. So I'm using, my palest colour is the light green, and I'm going to be using cobalt turquoise, and then the darker one of that, which is the hello turquoise, and also a darker green, which is the chrome oxide green. But you know, use whatever you want to do. Right, now I'm going to, with the very light green, just start to fill in this area. Now we're back to being light, nice and soft, and circular motions. And fill all of that area with its first few layers. And it doesn't matter about that pencil line, because eventually I'll darken that up with another pencil. So we'll just get that light green in, and then also going up onto her eyelid as well, we'll start just getting a little bit of colour in on there, and you can extend this little line here down. You can probably hear my cat meowing every single time. She's very high maintenance. So just colour, get one layer along your eyelid. So that's what we've made a start. Everybody, am I going at the right pace for you all? Let me know. And try and keep it nice and relaxed for you. Right, that's that layer done. And then I'm going to use the darker green, the oxide, the chrome oxide one. And I'm sorry, I just need to sharpen it. I just realised it's not as sharp as it should be. It works better if you do have nice sharp pencils. Right, so now if you want to try and get some little squiggles in, so following this line, this outside line, just darken that up a little bit, and then just little squiggles start to come in on top of that first layer, and then they'll start to blend into that bottom layer that you've got, and they might even start to create their own little shapes as you do it. So just keeping it at its darkest on this outside line, working your way along, and then just put little squiggles coming in. And then don't go over this white line where you've been with your white pencil. You want to keep that area clear, so try and avoid. I mean, you shouldn't be able to put colour on there now that you've burnished it, but sometimes it still picks up a little bit. So just trying to then highlight around this white area, just with your darker green, so that you can really see that there's a line coming through it. And then trying to keep it a little bit darker just up under the eyelid. Right, I'm going to now use my black, so the black pencil with a really sharp point. I'm just going to highlight this line, this outside of the lid line. And then start to bring some black in here. So keep it nice and light, and then you'll get lots of layers. And then you can get it nice and shiny. Everybody did amazing with your frog's eyes last week, by the way. You're really good. Some really nice glossy effects, wasn't there? I'm just going to round that up a little bit. So bringing this black all the way down to that white area that you've drawn all the way through. And then just try and get your first layers of the black in here. Can you hear? It's not me crunching, it's my cat having some eye arms. In case you think I'm sitting chewing, you hear her crunching. I've gone blurry. Have I? Right, let me lift it up a little bit. It's maybe because my hand's in. Is that better? Let me know if that's better, that the blur's gone. Sometimes if I have the camera down too close. Is that better? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'm not hearing anything, so I'm hoping that everything's okay. I can lift it up a little bit more. Is it okay, Vicky? Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. More to the middle. That okay? Hopefully that's okay, everybody. Sorry, I had it away at the side. Right, so just try and get as much black in here for now. Just layer after layer. So every time you go over, if you could do it soft, you get another layer. You're welcome, Louise. I want you all to be able to see. Oh, that's good. Thank you, Vicky. I try. I do try. So yeah, if you rather than pressing down hard, you know, try and get as many layers as you can, doing it nice and soft, and every time you go over, that's another layer, and then eventually you'll start to burnish it. So try and get your black in there, and then again at the bottom, coming up to meet this little white area that we've got drawn through. And if you've made it squiggly, if you start to put the black in, you'll start to pick up those little squiggles, hopefully. So that's us got a little bit of some layering in there for her pupil at the minute, and hopefully you're now starting to see this white area start to come through. Right, so now quite early on I'm going to start putting in eyelashes. Usually I wait until the very end, but because we're doing these luscious ones that look like false eyelashes, I want to show you a nice easy way for you to do it. So if you have just your normal pencil, and then if you just find an area which probably around about just after the centre of the eye, you want to then try and get a little motion that goes like so that it's going to curl up. Now once you've got that in, you know that's the direction that you are moving in for all of your layers that you're going to put in now. So from this point it's going to be going this direction, and then as you get closer to the other side you're starting to move in this sort of direction. You're starting to go more that the eyelashes are going to be going that way. So if you just put a little one going that way there, and then that one there, and then that one there for now, that gives you a kind of base. Now with your pencil, just following this line that we've already done, start to do the same beside it, and then mirror that one again and do it again, maybe about there, and then again and again. And the idea is that they get longer the further out they are, and then shorter as they come in. So now that we've got these, we're now just going to use our normal pencil, and we're just going to pretty much just do little swoops like what we do with hair, and we're going to keep them going in the same direction of those lines that we've put in to guide us, and then just start to fill that area. You might think, well, this is a bit strange, but once you see it come together, you'll be all right. So this is hopefully the easiest way that I can show you how to do this. I mean, there are lots of ways to do eyelashes. This is just one way that I've discovered. And this is just one type of eyelash. This is the false eyelash one. So just trying to get a few in. Now, if you're unhappy with this now, because you've used a normal pencil, you can rub them out. So that's why it's really good, especially when you're just starting out and you're not confident that this is the easiest way to do it. Now, you keep getting a little bit darker and just putting in more layers. And then once we've got this filled up, we're going to get a brown. So if you want to have a look to get a brown, any brown will do. I'm using walnut brown. So now that we've got that in, we've got control to make them even longer if we want and have them curling, or you can shorten them by rubbing them out. So use your normal pencil just now, just to get that sort of base in. Right, so now if you want to get your walnut brown or whatever brown you've decided to use, make sure it's nice and sharp. A nice sharp end. That's not dark walnut brown, that's sepia that I've got. Never mind, I'm going to use sepia, which is quite like a walnut brown. It doesn't matter, as long as it's a brown or a dark colour. Now we're going to just mirror what we've already done. So just picking up on some of the hairs or the lashes, and then just emphasising them. And the idea as well is that they're darker right down at the eye, where the eyelid starts. And then they get a little bit more spacious as you go further up. So doing that. And also, if you just every now and again come down into the eye and then swoop up now. So you come down and swoop up. Can you see that? And then if you continue to do that, go through that one and loop up. And then come down through that one and loop up. And just keep doing that. Then that'll give you more of a realistic sort of effect. And same if you come through the pupil. Hopefully you can see that okay. And then just continue to use your brown, going over the top of the lashes you've already done. Now when you do it like this, it's like hair, the more it's like you build up the layers and it just makes it look thicker. So this is what helps you to get really thick eyelashes. And just every now and again darken up the ones that are getting a bit longer. Just try to emphasize them. And then just emphasize these little ones as well. Right, now that we've done that, if we get our black, and then we're going to continue to do that, what we've just done, but with a black one, nice and sharp. And emphasising as well these ones that we've looped. And then getting really dark at the bottom. So you're just going over all the hairs you've already put in place. And you're just making them thicker. Are you starting to see them build up? Hopefully you can see, and hopefully you're finding it easier than you maybe thought. Let me know. There's lots of ways of doing it. This is one, and it might not be the right one for you, so don't give up. So, and if every now and again you just make one a little bit darker, then that starts to bring the ones at the front look more like they're at the front, and the ones that are lighter look like they're at the back. And now that you've got those in, and you're happy, you can move on to your fine liners. So if this is a point as well where you think, oh, I'd like them to be a bit longer here, just add a little bit of length. I'm also going to darken up this area here. Right, so if you have like a fine liner, I'm just using the micron, and I'll tell you, I'll be actually lucky if I've got one that works, because I just I use them so much. Let me just see if that one's working. Right, so if you start close to the end and then just start to swoop out with those as well, and have them at the darkest at the very bottom. And then every now and again have it go long. So you can see that I've got lots of lashes that have started to come down and round because I did that little loop thing. Did you see that? So where I keep it at its darkest is just above that on this line. So the actual line of the eye is where the actual eyelashes are coming out, and that's where I want them to be at their darkest. So just using that pen to build those up slowly. My fine liner's not the best, but I shall persevere with it. So by doing that, if you get rid of that little space, then hopefully they're starting to look thick and like what you would have on a night out for Christmas. Not that we'll be having any nights out for Christmas this year, but never mind. We can dream for next year. Right, so I mean, you can keep going with that and keep building it up and building it up. And the more lines you put in, the more luscious they become. And if you think that they're not dark enough, just keep going. And if you just keep this area down here really, really dark, then that'll give the illusion of it curling as well. I'm just going to do that and make this one a bit longer, so I'll have that one going up. Right. So probably it could do with putting in another couple coming in a little bit, so just like so. Right, okay, so we'll move on and get a little bit more of the eye done. Hopefully you've got your eyelashes in. I mean, I'm looking now and I'm thinking that could do with being a little bit longer there. But that's the good thing, once you do it this way, you can just, you've got more control and it doesn't have to be like scary. Right, so I'm going to put a little bit more colour in the iris. I just need to grab my drink. I'm back. Sorry, I was getting ever so thirsty. Right, so I'm now using a cobalt turquoise. And I'm going to use this to start darkening up around the outside of her eye and just avoiding that little white area. And the same at this side. And then using this to drag the colour back into the eye. So nice and soft. Dragging it up and then going up that line as well to help emphasise that. I'm going to take some of this cobalt turquoise into the pupil as well. And just add some more squiggles. Darken up that little bit at the bottom. And continue making little squiggles inside the eye. And then darkening up, so where these eyelashes are, you want that to be dark in there because they're causing a shadow to come down. And we'll just get a little bit dark here as well to give the illusion of the eyelid coming over. And a few squiggles in here as well. And I'm going to just darken up at the bottom of the pupil. Just darken up that area. And just let some of that cobalt come up into her pupil. Right, I'm going to now darken up her pupil again with black. So now that I've got a few layers in there, I'm going to start pressing down hard. And get it really, really dark in there. So when you're pressing hard, that's you starting to burnish it. That starts to make it shiny, but it also prevents you from putting any layers on top. So you want to make sure that you're happy and you don't want to add any extra colour on top of that. Making it nice and dark. And just keep going over it until it's as black as you can get it to go. And then also I'm going to use the black just to create a little bit of a shadow. So coming in as close to the line as you can. And then dragging a little bit of shadow down, so keeping it at its darkest just under that line, and then gradually having some of it come out over the eye, and then continuing that all the way along. So if you imagine it's like a little hood, so you can draw a little line there if you want to darken it. So it's like a hood that's coming over this sort of way. Like that. So I'm going to darken this area in here as well, especially when they've got all those eyelashes coming over. How are we doing? Is everybody colouring alongside me, or are you going to do it later? Let me know. I like to know if anybody's joining in with me or not. So I'm just darkening up this little area here as well, because of all those eyelashes. Right, so now if you've got your normal pencil, if you follow this line that you've got on your practice sheet to emphasise this, and then if we also use our normal pencil just to emphasise this line here. Oh, you're colouring alongside me, Denise and Heather. That's good. It's nice. I like to know. And Sam's joining in and Sue is too. Lovely. Am I going at the right pace for you all, hopefully? You can all see now. Oh, you're drawn as well, Edith and Vicky. Struggling to keep up. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not going too fast. Sorry, Vicky. So now, if you want to start getting some skin tones, so if you have like a light flesh, and I'm going to use light flesh and salmon, and start to just get a little bit of skin colour in as well to help it look a little bit more like it's an eye. So just keeping it nice and light all the way around. And instead of doing the eyes the way I normally do, where we're making a white little bag, and Marie, you're drawn as well. You're a newbie, Vicky, so you're... Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, it'll be on my page, so you can just check in on it and do it to your leisure, and pause it and stop it. And so instead of trying to get a little white bag like what we normally do, I'm just using the light flesh to colour all of this area. So that it looks like it's an eye. And it just helps the eye to pop when you have the little bit of skin colour going on underneath it as well. Needs to be a bit more up the top. And then if you've got your either a medium flesh, or I'm using the salmon, which is usually the dark flesh, to try and darken up a little bit, and just going along the top of this eyelid line. So hopefully, you know, when you've got your practice sheet, you can see just how many eyes you've got there to practice with. And it's actually quite nice just to sit and draw eyes. I would happily just draw eyes all the time. So I'm hoping that you find it useful. It's good for people just starting out. So getting this dark colour underneath the eye. And hopefully that's starting to make the eye pop a little bit. It makes the white of the eye stand out a little bit more, and makes it feel like it is an eye. So just bring it down a little bit in the centre, just have it that there's more coming here. Right, and put a little bit more colour inside the eye now. So hopefully you're happy with your lashes. If you're not, just extend them or just add a little bit more length to them if that's what you want to do. So I'm going to get the dark green. I'm using the chrome oxide green, and I'm just going to add a little bit of dark just on the eyelid, just at the top, up above that line, just to emphasize that a little bit. Keeping it really dark in at the line, and then just dragging a little bit of colour up and out. And I'm going to take that colour over in where the eyelashes are, because it's going to be really dark in there because the eyelashes are in there. Just so that it looks like the colour is going to go all the way along, but you just can't see it now because of the eyelashes in the way. And bringing this green in now as well, so going over that line again, and then that really darkens that outside line and helps the eye to look round. And just keep going over where you've been, and then I'll start to press down hard on that outside line once I'm happy with the shape, and then just drag some of the colour in. Same here, and then just darkening up in this area. A little bit of green coming down as well. Right, so if you have any glitter pens or glitter, and what I'm using, really old, probably had it forever, it's this Pentari, but I've also got like loads of glitter pens as well, which I'm going to use a normal glitter pen on the next eye that we do, but this one, so if you have any normal glitter, you just use your glue with it as well, but this is just like, it's got a little nib on it, so it's quite easy. And I'm putting a little bit of the glitter along the eyelid. So if you've got a gel pen, a glittery pen, or if you just want to put a little bit of glue down first and then add your sparkle. And I'm also going to put it inside the eye so that it's going along some of the pupil and coming into some of the eye, into the iris. Now, I don't know if you can see the sparkle, let me see. I don't know if that's picking up or not. Can you see it? I'm not sure. If I go that way. So hopefully you can see that. It's a sparkly eye. So that's one way of doing it. And so with the other eye, this one here has already been half coloured. So I thought I would just continue to colour over the top of this one. So because all of these eyes that have already been done, you know, feel free just to go over them and add more colour. So I'm just going to use the blues, phthalo blue and the bluish turquoise. I've put my pencils away. I was going to use the turquoise, but no, I'm just going to use these and just darken up this. And then if you've got like a gel pen, I'm going to be using the Nouveau ones, and it's this one here. It's a Nouveau Anthian blue. So I mean, anything like that. I mean, any gel pens will work, I would imagine. So, and with this eye, you can see that the pupil's different. So hopefully you can see all of the pupils. There's large ones, little ones, and how they change the look of each eye, and how different sparkles change. So this has been designed so that you can practice doing different types of sparkles in all these different eyes. So hopefully you can put this sheet to good use. Right, so this eye's already been done, so I'm just starting to go in over the top of it with my blue. And just add some squiggles, like what we do. and darkening up the outside line. And dragging some colour up in, trying to get some little squiggles every now and again. And give it some character and darkening this up a little bit. So, you know, don't feel like these eyes are finished at all, you know. It was just, you can go over them again and again. And it might help you with your confidence if you've not done it before to actually start on one that's a bit done. And then go over and start just playing around with doing pupils. I'm just going to find the line just with my normal pencil, which I don't seem to be able to see. There it is. Just find this line where the eyes ending. And then with the turquoise, the bluish turquoise, just need to sharpen it, just going around the edges with that. And really darkening that up, pressing down hard to burnish it, but dragging some of the colour in to make it look round. Now if you've got like a normal pencil, you can start to create your shadows with it if you prefer. So like just my normal pencil, just getting a little bit of shadow coming in here on the white. And that helps, that actually makes it look really realistic. So if you just get a little bit of grey in there, so it's just showing another way of doing it. Instead of using your coloured pencils all the time, you can really get realistic effects just by using your normal pencil. And then darkening this area in here. You just press in a little bit, then that starts to make that look quite real, and then the same at the other side. So it tends to be at its darkest just in at the corners. I just need to fix this bit. And then bringing some of that grey up as well through the eye. To create that little hood. The same at the other side. Do you see that starting to make it look like a shadow and starts to make it feel a bit more 3D? You see that? Right, so I'm going to get my normal gel pen and do the lid and then fix up the eyelashes a little bit. So literally just colouring it in, just putting this colour along the lid. And you can put some of that into the eye as well if you want to put some little sparkles in there. But if you can avoid touching the gel pen bit and then just bring in a little bit of brown. So I'm using the dark, well, it's dark sepia that I'm using, it's not brown. But if you just go along the top and then just darken above where you've put your pen, And then just every now and again, just gently drag some of that shadow out from there, all the way along. So the same with the other side. You can put your skin colouring around there as well to help it look more realistic. So it tends to be at its darkest, where it's the deepest area, where the crease. So I'm just making it really dark just here. And then just trying to get some of the shadow coming up. So you can use lots of different colours for this to get your sort of like shadow. Doesn't have to be this sepia or browns or greys. You could use purples or whatever. Just, it's quite nice just to try your different pencils and different colours just to see how you can get shadows and things. So if you go over the top of that with your skin colour, now your light, your pale, medium or beige red, then you'll see how that kind of darkens it up and helps that look like skin, but skin that's got a bit of a, helping it to look like it's an eyelid. Coming round as well. And then we're going to give her some eyelashes that are different to the ones we've just done. We're going to have eyelashes coming down. There's somebody just fallen through the roof upstairs. Did you hear that bang? I don't know what Lola does in her bedroom. Well, I do. She's dancing. She does a lot of dancing. And gymnastics and things. But sometimes, gosh, she gives me such a fright. So just getting a little bit of skin colour in underneath the eye. The hour goes in so fast, doesn't it? It's 10:02 already, but at least hopefully we've managed to get 2 eyes done, and we've done them slightly different. Right, so her eyelash this time, just with a normal pencil. So she's already got her eyelashes there, but just going to extend them. So just following the line and then just curling them around a bit. And you can make them as long as you like, and you can add more in as well with that one. You don't have to keep them like that, but it's just showing you the different kinds of eyelashes that you can use and the different effects that they can give. And so I'm going to give her a long eyelash that comes down from her eye that would curl down her cheek. Now sometimes I put hearts on them, sometimes I put, I don't know, different shapes, circles and things. But today I'm going to use just a gel pen. So with the gel, same colour gel pen for the eyes, just giving it a dot at the bottom. I'll use black on that as well. And then I'm going to put 3 little dots going around the eye. And if you want to, you can put some on the top eyelashes as well, but it's a bit of an overkill when you've got that. Sometimes if you've got like a central, I'm just using my black fine liner just to darken that one up a bit. Sometimes it's quite nice just to have a couple of eyelashes, and if you've got this long one that's coming down, which can sometimes for me be like a sign of sadness because it's like mascara running down. Not tonight though, we've got glittery eyes, we're not sad tonight. But I'm just showing like how you can create different emotions. And then if you just use this black in here as well, deepen up that area underneath, then that helps the eye pop a little bit more. It just gives a little bit of depth. And I'm going to just change the shape of this eye. as well, just make the pupil. So just showing how you can use as well just your fine liners just to create your pupil instead of going through your different layers. Just gives you some options. And I mean, you can use your your pro markers as well if you wanted to. I'm just going to keep fattening in this one up. I might leave a little white bit there. So this practice sheet is really for you to have a right good old play and get your confidence up. And I'm hoping that that's so we've done these two tonight. I'm going to put a little bit more pink in underneath here on her eye just to darken this area up a little bit. So let me know how you've got on tonight. Because maybe a bit early tonight. It's 10 to. I must be getting faster. Well, that'd be why Vicky couldn't keep up with me. I don't really want to get faster. I want to do it at the right pace for you. So sometimes I write words, you know, you have hope or love or Christmas or goodbye 2020. So there. So, I mean, you know, you could go along all of these eyes with your glitter pens and just have a play at seeing how different you could make them look, or start from scratch and practice doing a full sheet. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think I'm done tonight. I could keep layering up this, putting more colour in there, but I think we've done it without me having to start another eye. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. Let me know. So hopefully I'll be seeing some eyes in the group tonight. Please, if you're just new and you've just joined me for the first time, I have a group called Drawing and Creating with a dash of D, and lots of lovely like-minded people are in there sharing their artwork. I put in little bits and bobs. I put in some tips, some videos, some artwork. Give everybody up-to-date news, really. So please feel free to go in there if you want to. But I think I'm done for tonight. Let me know how you've got on. Great as usual. Thank you, Heather. You did amazing drawing the bodies on Zoom at the weekend. Thank you, Sam. We missed you at the weekend. And Pat, thank you. And I with a hairy caterpillar eyelash. Is that what you've got, Marie? I'm sure it's better than you think. Just keep practicing, because that's all it is, really. Like, I've noticed that I could just keep going over this eyelash and keep adding to it. But it really is practice. I mean, you don't have to do this style. And you know what? If you haven't got the patience to do your eyelashes, why don't you get some false ones? Look. So I've been playing around with these on... Where is my girl? My little girl that I've been doing this weekend. False eyelashes. So if you do eyelashes and you're not happy with them, get some falsers and stick them on instead. It's fun. This one's got a hair on it. But you know what? I really like putting false eyelashes on them. That one's maybe not sticky enough anymore. But there, look at those false eyelashes. So if you can't draw them, just buy them and stick them on your girls. Okay, everybody. I'll have a look through your messages when I'm finished. If anybody had any questions or anything, I'll try and get back to you, try and answer you, and I shall go. Do you like them, Sam? I just bought a whole set. I got like 10. I thought, well, I'm not going anywhere at Christmas, but I can make my girls feel like they're going somewhere. So yeah, have a play. False eyelashes and your eye sheet, and that's you. You'll be sorted. Oh, thank you, Andrea. Take care, everybody. Next week. Oh, Heather, yes. What do you want to do next week? Gosh, I haven't even thought about that one. Any suggestions? What do you fancy doing next week? If you give me some ideas, then I can do that. I can't think of anything offhand. What I'll do is I'll have a think about it, and I'll create an event and put it into the group for you all, like what I usually do. If anybody has got anything in particular, do you want to do like a Christmas themed something, or hair related, or skin related, or backgrounds? I can do backgrounds. I was going to be doing some Zoom ones though in the new year. That's the only thing. I've got some mixed media ones which will be planned for the new year, and yeah, so I don't want to really do them on Facebook Lives when I've got people who, yeah. What else is there? Hi, Hannah. How are you? We've just finished, Hannah. I'm sorry, you've just arrived and we've just finished. Fairy wings. Yes, we'll do a fairy wings one part. Perfect. So we have a girl, we could use one of the girls from my Heartfelt collection who you can colour in later their faces, but we'll just concentrate on giving them wings and something Christmassy. Yeah? Good, thanks. I like to watch it again in the morning. Well, it's good when you can just watch it at your pace, isn't it? Well, hopefully you'll enjoy it. Hopefully you'll find something you enjoy, and get yourself some false eyelashes just in case you want to put some false lashes on your girls at the end. Okay, everybody. We'll do some fairy wings. We'll do a Christmas angel next week. How's that? Yeah. Christmas and wings. Okay, Stella. That's brilliant. That's something to look forward to. I'll have a think about what I can do for you all. Stay safe, everybody. Take care. Thanks for joining me. Bye. Bye.